Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For anyone that's new to the channel, hello and welcome in. My name is Melissa, and for today's reading, we're going to be looking into your love life in the month of August. So in this reading, we're just going to take a look to see what general scenarios in love, any lessons, themes, energies, experiences that you all can look forward to as you navigate through the month of August. Let's go ahead and get into our disclaimers. So first and foremost, this is a general reading, so please keep in mind that some messages within your chosen pile may be quite specific to your situation, while other messages may not. Just if you're getting confused about a message or it doesn't feel right to your situation, don't try to force it to fit, you guys. Just if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Please don't allow it to upset you if something within a general pick a card reading is not super specific to your situation. If you do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do that will be linked in the description box down below. Also, bear in mind that with this being a time-based reading, this reading today is really giving us a snapshot of where you're headed based off of the current energy. So if you see something showcased for you here that's coming in for the month of August and you don't like what you see, please know that you always have free will to make your own choices and decisions and manifest whatever outcome for yourself that you desire. So never feel like you're stuck to anything that a tarot reading is telling you because you have free will. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to get into our pile selection for today's reading. So starting here on the left, we have pile 1 with this Rhodonite, I think, bubblegum cube. Pile number 2, we have this little green Adventurine mushroom. And then for pile number 3, we have a moss agate. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your love life and what is happening for you this month. Go ahead and select the pile or crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. Really selecting with your gut instincts versus your eyesight. And once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box where you can locate the timestamp that will skip you to your chosen pile. See you there. Hey there, pile 1. If you guys picked the pink Rhodonite cube, I always get Rhodonite and Rhodochrosite mixed up. So if you know which one this is, comment below, but I'm pretty sure it's Rhodonite. This will be your reading for the month of August. So let's see what's happening in your love life this month. I'm going to start off with some oracle cards. So for you all, we start with memories. We do have the autumnal equinox release. Okay. And then we have hope. Wow. Okay. So initially what I'm feeling is that this month ahead for you all is kind of this energy of potentially releasing something, releasing the past. I definitely feel with the memories card coming up that there's an energy of sort of letting go of a person, a situation, a memory of the past and letting it kind of die off in a sense. The autumn energy is so beautiful because when you think of the autumn or the fall, you know, this is when things start to change, right? The season is changing, the leaves are dying off, to prepare for a winter season, right? Where things go cold. So it's like there's something in your love life this month that is needing to go cold, quote unquote, so that you're able to call in something new with the hope card here. So I definitely feel that there's an energy here of like nostalgia this month for a lot of you guys. I do feel there's this energy of like reminiscing on the past. You guys could be, we're going to see here in a second, you could be reconnecting with someone special, but from the past or someone that you have a history with. But ultimately, I feel that this month is about letting something go. Person, place, thing, memory, you're letting it go and renewing hope and inspiration for the future. So let's take a look at your tarot cards. So for you, my viewer, you guys are represented here with the Death card, which makes a lot of sense. Your situation this month is the Page of Pentacles. And any external people or influences is represented here by the King of Swords. So yeah, I mean, you, my viewer, with this Death card, you are 100% moving through a deep change, a deep transition. this August. This is really confirming the energy of autumn and memories here, right? So you guys either are changing yourselves, or there's something within your immediate circumstances which is changing and it is impacting your love life, okay? But I do feel with this Death card, like there is something big about you, your energy, your situation that is being laid to rest here. You know, death it's a beautiful energy because it's super, super transformative. And it really means that like we're in this place where we know that whatever we're letting go of, this has really impacted our lives in a way that has forever changed us, right? So like we're going to always have honor and respect and appreciation for that thing, even if it was like a bad memory, for instance, because it helped to change us into the person we are today, right? But death is about letting go of the old so that, again, you can embrace the new, right? So some of you guys, there could be like a connection or something that you guys are releasing this August season. Like I was saying, it could just be a memory that you need to release and let go. Take it how it resonates with your situation. But you guys are moving through a huge transformation when it comes to love this month. And the beautiful thing about this is that once you're able to release the old, it allows you to welcome in the new. And I do see here with this Page of Pentacles here, with this being kind of clarifying your overall situation, I definitely feel that there is curiosity to maybe start connecting or getting back out there again, especially for those of you that are maybe newly single, or for anyone out there who's kind of like, you know, recently let go of a situation and they're feeling ready to kind of explore again, right? Like there's this energy with the Page of Pentacles of starting to feel a little bit more curious to explore in kind of a slow, steady way, okay? So I also think for a lot of you guys, the Page of Pentacles, with this being your situation, is representing kind of like the work that you're doing on yourself, because pages are sort of about, especially Page of Pentacles, when I think of this, it's kind of about that education, right? Like you're learning something, you're studying something, maybe learning something new. So I'm also seeing here with a lot of these memories, I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of looking a little bit deeper into your connections of the past, or memories of the past, or whatever it is for you. And you're starting to become a bit more quizzical and curious about what those things can teach you, right? What have you learned from those situations? And how can you take those learnings and apply them in a practical way going forward? Now, you guys also have a King of Swords here, which is representing sort of the person, a potential person you're dealing with, or maybe someone that's on your mind, right? So for some of you guys, if you're single, this may not resonate, or if there's not really a person on your mind, this may not resonate. But for those of you that chose pile one that do have someone on your mind, I do see that this person is in a very analytical headspace, right? King of Swords, this is very logical, cool, calm, collected. It is also very detached from emotions, right? This is all about head over heart. So I definitely feel that your person, whoever you guys are thinking of this month or dealing with this month, is looking at this situation very analytically. They're looking at it very logically. They are disconnected from their feelings. They're not to say they don't have feelings, but it's more about them leading more with their intellectual, logical side than tapping into the way that they feel. Okay, so it does feel that there's like, for those of you that do have someone that you're thinking about, as it pertains to this situation, it definitely feels that there is a bit of detachment. I would also say that this person may be open to having a conversation with you with the King of Swords, because swords are about communication. But it's going to be very logical. So let's continue. Let's get some more info here. So we do have friends with benefits. So for some of you guys, hold on, let me get them all before I start running my mouth. Okay, we have walking away. And then we have forgiveness. Okay, yep. Yeah, so I feel like maybe some of you guys, this thing that you're letting go of in your love life may be a friends with benefits situation. If it's not a specific situation, this is sort of the energy that you guys are releasing out of your life, right? Maybe some of you guys in the past have had more connections that were very casual, right? Connections that you knew that you weren't really going to ultimately get what it was that you wanted, which is why you're releasing it and walking away from those things, right? Maybe a lot of you guys, maybe if this is a specific connection, I could definitely see why it would be hard to change transition out of it, right? Because you have a lot of memories with this person. There's nostalgia here. You know what I mean? But ultimately, it feels like this is about letting go of the situation because, as this card mentions, you're not going to get what you want here. And it also says you know what you want. So this kind of goes back into that death card of you guys really changing, right? You're leaving behind the types of connections that you know aren't going to give you the things that you want. You're thanking them for the lessons learned with that Page of Pentacles, and now you're transitioning into a newer, better version of yourself, ready to manifest what you truly desire for the future. You also have forgiveness here. Mistakes were made, but don't leave. So there could be an energy of course, needing to heal and forgive from this situation. Also intuitively feel for some of you guys that like the person you're dealing with, even though they are detached from their heart with that King of Swords, I think that there is an energy of them still looking to you or having an attachment to you in some capacity. But overall, guys, it's like the message is so clear. It's like this is a month of you guys letting something go in your love life. So let's go ahead. We're going to close it out with a card of advice for you here. And then I did pull some message cards for any of you that were maybe needing to hear some messages from a specific person. So let's see. Advice for you guys for August. We have twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union. Okay. What I feel this is talking about in terms of advice is I'm really being drawn to the word balance. Okay. Oftentimes, unfortunately, with these friends with benefits situations, they may start off, you know, with a lot of passion and chemistry, and maybe we're starting off with the best of intentions here, but ultimately this usually ends up with an imbalanced situation. There's usually a person that wants more and another person that wants less, right? So it creates a lot of friction here. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is when it comes to this advice of twin flames, of balance, right, it's very important for you guys to be focused on how to have more balanced reciprocal connections, right? Making sure that you and your person are truly uplifting and complementing one another versus draining one another, right? It's like this energy of walking away is like I'm feeling drained looking at this. It's like knowing that you might like someone and you have these fond memories with them, but like ultimately neither party is getting what they want. It's a very dissatisfying energy, right? So I think as you guys move forward in love, whether you choose to do it with this person in the future sometime or someone totally different, there's a need here to really focus in on the balance and the way that the two of you are really working together as a team to complement one another versus having these unrequited situations. So let's look and see what general messages you guys need to hear from any specific person. So this could be this person or someone else out there. So take these as it resonates. And if you guys don't have a person right now and you don't really care about the messages, you can just close the reading here. That's totally fine. So we do have the energy of I want to make amends. So I'm not really surprised. I'm kind of picking up on this over here with this person that like they do still have this attachment to you. We have I still feel the pain. So this person is sad that you walked away. And then we have I wonder how you feel. So they're wanting clarity. That could also be why they're showing up here as that King of Swords, because it's like the King of Swords is mental clarity. So they may want to have a conversation with you to clear the air here if you're open to it. Definitely feels like all those messages really tied in well with this reading. So pile number one, we're going to go ahead and close it out there, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how this resonates with you and your situation. So please let me know down below. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are notified whenever I upload new videos. And I do look forward to seeing you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey, pile two, if you guys picked out this little green Adventurine mushroom, this will be your love reading for the month of August. So we are going to start off with some oracle cards. And for you all, we do start off here with differences. We have patience. And we have celebration. Okay. Some mixed energies here, but overall looking pretty cool. So right off the bat, I definitely feel with the celebration card being here that you guys are really focused on having fun this month in love. I feel like this could be a month where a lot of you guys are going out, being a little bit more social, going out and connecting with people a little bit more, and just generally trying to enjoy yourselves, right? Some of you guys, there may be a connection of significance here that you are noticing some differences, like you're not really on the same page. But I think for others of you, it's sort of this energy of like, I it's almost like this energy of not caring as much about the differences because you're just more focused on like having a good time. You know what I mean? And it's like if people that are in your life, whether it's friends, family, whoever, like love interests, if they're not bringing you a good time, I feel like you guys are not interested. You know what I mean? Like you're not letting anyone dim your shine or dim your sparkle. It's like there's this energy here of maybe not necessarily being in the biggest hurry. You know what I mean? With patience coming up. You're not in the biggest hurry. You're just having a good time. Now, for others of you where there is a specific person here, I kind of just feel this energy of release in a sense of like, okay, me and this person are not on the same page. I'm just going to focus on doing my own thing and having fun and appreciating the time that I do have with this person and just let things unfold in divine timing when they are supposed to. So those are just like some initial energies I'm picking up, but let's look at the tarot to get further clarity here. So for your energy, my viewer, we do have the Emperor card. Okay. Your situation, we have the King of Wands. And a person of significance, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. Very interesting. So this could be a specific person for some of you or just an energy that's around you, but let's go ahead and start here. So starting with the Emperor card here, I definitely feel that you guys this month are in a place in love where you're ready to kind of set down some clear boundaries. You know, the Emperor is like that big daddy energy. It's like, it's the energy of like, you know, having standards, you know, for who it is that we're allowing into our space. Setting clear boundaries, you know, for when we're allowing people into our space. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of masculine energy here. So some of you guys who are viewing my video here this month might be more masculine identifying. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but these both are showing me very masculine energies of really being in your power and setting the standard, right? Like I definitely think with this Emperor card here, for a lot of you guys, I feel like there's an energy of really making sure that whoever you're allowing into your life is on the same page as you, that you guys are aligned on really important things, with the differences card being right here. You know, so really thinking about your core values, really thinking about your life, your lifestyle, the choices that you want to make for yourself, and then asking, like, when people are entering my bubble here and they're trying to get with me, which we're going to get to that in a second, it's like, you know, are these people really compatible with me or not? And if not, or if you notice that there's something about the approach that feels uncomfortable for you, you're laying down a boundary here. I'm also feeling for some of you guys with this Emperor card, just an intuitive message that you, I think, are wanting a deeper connection, because this is like a sperm whale here, right? And we know that these dive really deep into the ocean to hunt, right? So it's like, I think that you guys are probably, even though you're in this place of having fun, to me, it just feels like you're wanting a more substantive connection ultimately. And so it's like this vibe of just enjoying yourself until the substantive connection comes through for you, you know, not settling for less than what you deserve. Now, your situation here with the King of Wands is really fun because, again, this is a very masculine energy. But this is all about, you know, your love situation this month feeling a lot more vibrant. Like, I feel that you guys are in a place where you're much more in control, feeling more in control, feeling more confident, feeling more passionate and inspired about your life in general, right? Like, you have this energy of celebration, right? You've got a lot of good things going for you. You have your crown on, all my kings and queens out there, you know what I mean? Like, so it's this energy of finally feeling empowered, and that's definitely coming through with the Emperor card as well. You know, the King of Wands also would be someone, from my experience, who, when they're connecting with love interests, it's like they want the type of person that's really going to be equally yoked to them. You know, this is not the coddling king of the tarot. Like, this is somebody who, you know, wants someone that's just as like badass as them by their side. And again, like, if they're not getting that, you know, they're not going to get the time of day necessarily. Okay. Now, the Knight of Cups. This is supposed to represent a person of significance. So I definitely feel for some of you guys that there is this energy of a person being around you with this Knight of Cups. So this would be somebody who, especially compared to some of the other cards we have here, I do feel this is a person that wants to offer love to you. They are romantically interested in you. They may be someone who is very emotionally expressive, really good with their words, really charming, someone that you could really have a lot of fun with. But they are someone who is a little bit less mature than these other energies that we have here. And this is going to be a person that's a little bit more emotional, whereas you guys are coming across, not that you're not emotional, but you're coming across as a little bit more in your power, right? So there is an energy of a love interest potentially being around you. I do kind of wonder for some of you guys if you feel like, or if this person does, might maybe have like a wandering eye. And the only reason I say that, we're going to see with more cards, I could be totally wrong, but the only reason I'm saying that is because if you guys notice the way that this card is facing away from your energy, right? So it's like they are here within your aura. They're here within your, you know, maybe they're orbiting around you energetically if they're not here in the 3D, but it's like I do feel for some of these people that they may have their eyes on other things, okay? Let's continue. So we do have off limits already involved. We have trustworthy. You can trust this connection. We also have expect drama. Misery loves company, emotionally immature. Yeah, that's what I was getting, you guys. It definitely feels like whoever is in your vicinity this month in love is a bit immature, less mature than you. Because again, this Emperor card is very much about like, I'm in charge. I'm the authority. I'm in my power. Where this card is more about like, lovey-dovey emotional expression. Like it's just a totally different energy and it is less mature. Right? So maybe for some of you guys, this situation here that's causing differences is like because maybe you and this person just aren't compatible in certain ways, right? Maybe you guys have been feeling like this person has been bringing a lot of chaos or chaotic energy into your life, or that maybe just, as the card says, they're simply a little bit less mature than you. But I think again with the trustworthy card coming up, this is all about going back to that divine timing of patience. It's like you guys are just in this space, I feel, of like trusting yourself, trusting that whatever's meant for you will be for you. And if you are choosing to spend time with this person, there's an energy of just like appreciating it for what it is and enjoying it in the moment, but then releasing it and not being super attached to outcomes, because you guys have I think you guys are very strict. Excuse me. Very strict about what it is that you want in love. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. We also have off limits here. So I think that this also kind of further confirms that there are some boundaries that are being laid down. Maybe some of you guys have found out that this person has someone else. Maybe you guys, as you're coming into this reading, maybe you're already involved with someone and you have this like third party person coming in and trying to like infiltrate your connection. So that, I mean, the scenarios can vary here. But there is something here around either someone else already being involved or you guys just protecting your energy in a much more strict way around this person. So we're going to close this out, pile 2, with some advice, and then we're going to pull some message cards for you. So let's see what your advice for August is. So we do have stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception. Okay. So to me, this is just about like cutting the BS out of your life. And I feel like you guys are already kind of doing this. You know, if a person has been unfair to you, if they've been like deceptive, as some of these cards note, if they have caused you pain and discomfort in some way, then I think what Spirit is saying is that it's okay to separate from that situation. Seems like you guys are already energetically doing this, but if it means you need to physically do this as well, this is your advice for the month. I'm also feeling for some of you, there's a message here about you needing to be as clear with your communication as possible, right? So it could be really important for you to verbally set boundaries if you haven't done so already. But you guys, I think, intuitively know what's up with this person because you just come across so much more evolved and, you know, just more mature than them, more aware, more self-aware. You know what I mean? So if something feels off about it, you're probably right to trust your intuition. So let's close it out. We're going to get some message cards. This might be from this person. Maybe it's a message coming through from someone else on your mind. You guys will know with your intuition if there's a message here that's for you or not. So we do have I don't know what you want, which is really interesting because I was just talking about the need for clear communication. We have I'm recovering. So someone wants you to know that they're still healing from something. And then we have I miss being with you. So someone's missing you this month as well. So if you have, I do feel like these do kind of like fit with this scenario that I'm explaining, but it definitely feels if you've cut this person out of your life, they are needing a little bit of clarity from you. They miss you, but they are still working on their own healing and development at this time. So pile 2, we're going to go ahead and close out the reading there, but I would love to hear from you in the comments which aspects resonate with you and your situation. So please drop me a comment below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of whenever I'm uploading new videos, and I will see you in a new reading really soon. Bye. Hey pile 3, if you guys picked out the moss agate crystal, this is going to be your reading for the month of August for love. So let's go ahead and start with your oracle cards for overall energy. So for you guys, we have the energy of strings. We do have spark, so lots of fire already coming up here. And then we have the ebb and flow of the ocean. What? You guys, this looks spicy. Okay. So first thing I feel is that there is a lot of chemistry. And I'm feeling like I'm getting like chills or like tingles kind of. So it's like I definitely feel that there's a lot of excitement hitting your love life this month. Definitely with this spark card, there is a lot of chemistry. There's a connection here with someone that I feel is very exciting. This could be one person. It could be that you guys are just going out and dating and looking for that spark. We're going to see kind of how things play out here. But there is a little bit of this energy of like manipulation going on as well with the strings card here. Right now, the way it feels is that it's more playful. It doesn't feel sinister. We're going to see again as I get more details here. But the strings card is sort of talking about that there is an attachment here to someone or something. There is an element of games being played here is what I feel, because look at this. It's sort of like the puppet master. And it's like you see how the strings are attached to this fire here. It's like someone is manipulating somebody's passion. Like someone is doing something to get a reaction out of someone. It's kind of what I'm feeling from that card, which depending on how you look at it could be good or bad. But, you know, with the ocean card here, this is talking about ebb and flow. So for some of you guys, I do feel that like there's a lot of emotion attached to the situation, especially because of the water. You know, water has to do with our emotions. And so what I feel with the ebb and flow is that I feel that for some of you, you could have a lot of like hot and cold feelings about the situation, which does tend to happen sometimes when we have these more spark type of connections, right? But yeah, there's like this energy of maybe feeling kind of hot and cold, or even just feeling like the situation is very back and forth for you, very fluid. There's not a lot of boundaries here. We're kind of just going with the flow. This could be a situation where someone said to you, I just want to be friends and see where things go, which I hate. You guys know I hate that so much. Anyways, all right, so let me stop laughing. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of your cards. Let's get some more info here. So the first card that I'm going to pull represents you, my viewer, and your position this month, and you guys do have the Ace of Swords. Your situation is represented here by the 10 of Swords, okay? And the person of significance here is represented by Justice. Wow, okay, lots of swords. So in addition to there being passion and chemistry here and emotion, we also have a lot of overthinking things going on as well. I don't know why I keep laughing, because like none of these cards are really that funny. So for some of you guys, this could be like a situation that's kind of tongue-in-cheek for you, or it could be that somebody in your connection has a like silly sense of humor. But basically what I'm feeling for you guys this month is that with the Ace of Swords being here, this is an energy of searching for clarity here. You know, I think that a lot of you all that chose pile 3, there's this energy of like trying to see the situation much more clearly. Perhaps some of you guys are looking to see this or will see this connection, this situation, this behavior. Maybe this is more about a behavior that you guys have done in your love life, and it's not necessarily a specific person for some of you. But there's a need here to sort of see your love life and what's going on in it from a different perspective, and to look at things differently than you did before, okay? The Ace of Swords is also talking about communication, right? So for some of you guys, I feel like if you are in a situation that's a little confusing here, You're wanting to communicate. You're wanting to get that clarity. And I feel like the person is too. We're going to get to them in a second. But there's definitely this energy of wanting the truth, right? Wanting to know the truth of the situation, wanting to clear the air here. Now, your situation is shown here as the 10 of Swords. So I definitely feel that for some of you guys, this situation, like on a serious note, has felt very draining and taxing on you. For some of you, this energy, whether you're dealing again with a specific person or whether this is just about the energy that you've approached and the way you've approached love in the past or situations past, this is not serving you, right? Because with the 10 of Swords, this situation is hitting a rock bottom. You know, like something has died off. And a lot of times with that 10 of Swords, this is when we've really been overthinking something to the max, to the point where we're like burnt out and exhausted from it. And some of you guys might just be burnt out and exhausted from this situation in general, right? So yeah, with all the swords here, I'm definitely feeling like there's a need to sort of think about your love life, think about the situation differently, and to sort of allow rebirths, right? For some of you guys, this 10 of Swords is also talking about hitting a rock bottom in love so that you can rebirth, you can start anew, start fresh. The positive thing about the 10 of Swords is that we can really only go up from here. This is the worst that it gets, right? You're at the bottom of the ocean, and now you have these little baby animals crawling all over you. So there's the new life, right? So for some of you, there's like this energy of, sure, maybe we're hitting a rock bottom when it comes to this energy. Maybe we're burning ourselves out when it comes to this energy. But now that we're looking at things from a different perspective, we can start fresh, right? Now, the person you're dealing with here being Justice is really interesting, which is kind of making me feel like this could be the person that's a little like game playing here for some of you. But, you know, the Justice card is also talking about wanting the truth, wanting clarity, wanting to find balance. Sometimes for me, this card can talk about someone playing tit for tat, like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth kind of thing, right? So that kind of goes back to that strings energy of like, well, I could see a person like this, and you guys will know if this is your person or not when I describe it like this, but think about like when you maybe like you don't text someone back right away and this person doesn't like that. So they're like, well, it took them 5 hours to text me back, so I'm not going to respond until 5 hours from now because I want it to be even. That's like the game playing, you know? So for some of you guys, I do feel that this person, if you are dealing with a person, may have had those tendencies on a spectrum, right? It doesn't have to be the worst thing. It just could be something small. But with the sword here, you know, I feel like this person is wanting also the truth. They are wanting the truth, and they are wanting to bring balance and fairness back into this connection, because it definitely seems with the Ocean card that things have been a little like murky and all over the place. Okay. Now, for some of you guys, if this, what I'm describing here, is not really referring to a specific love interest in your life, and you resonated more with the message of like, this is how I've done relationships past, I definitely feel that like this Justice card is talking about like, this was a lesson that you needed to learn for your own, to unlock your own awareness to your love life and look at it from a different perspective, right? For me, Justice card is also talking about like a karmic lesson. So maybe some of you guys have just gotten out of dealing with like a karmic partner, a relationship that felt maybe a little bit slightly toxic, even though like other aspects were really nice. You know what I mean? So the Justice card can be simply talking about like you've learned a lesson that you needed to learn about a pattern that you have been experiencing in love. So we do have keeping in touch coming through here. We also have unavailable. And finally, we have just vibing. There it is. Go with the flow. Let's see where it goes. So yeah, there's definitely like this energy of, you know, for those of you that are connecting with someone, like this is definitely being presented as a very casual, like non-committal energy. For some of you guys, this person with the Justice card, because Justice can also talk about like contracts and commitments. So for some of you guys, this person like may want more of a commitment since they are showing up with Justice. And maybe you're the one that doesn't really want it and you want to take things slow and just kind of vibe, you know what I mean? But either way, like it feels like the energy is more casual. There is this energy of unavailable, lacks presence, time, or emotion. So there is a dynamic at play in this connection where one person or both people are not entirely dedicating their time to it. You know what I mean? Kind of like the card says, like there could be a lack of time. Maybe someone's kind of disconnected from this connection, or disconnected from the emotions around the connection, because it feels very spicy. You know, it just feels like this energy just kind of feels like someone that you come together with to, like, you know, be intimate with, or not, even if it's not that, if it's just maybe you just come together to like have fun with this person, whatever, just vibe like the card says. But it doesn't feel like there's a lot of depth yet, because the water card, the ocean, we have back and forth, ebbs and flows. You get what I'm saying? But then we also have keeping in touch, which again, very surface level, but this says small talk here and there, but definitely still holding on. So for some of you guys, if you're kind of coming to this reading and thinking about this specific person and this kind of resonates with the vibe of your connection, I definitely feel like this month you guys will still be checking in with one another, but it doesn't, again, feel like anything that's deeper than just chit-chatting, hanging out, those types of vibes. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to close it out with an advice message for you, and then we're going to pull some message cards to see if this person has anything to say. So for your advice this month, we have soulmates. So that's interesting because you guys do have the Justice card, which can talk about soulmates, karmic connections, right? People that we are like pre-contracted with to teach each other a lesson in this lifetime. I think for some of you guys, when it comes to the soulmates card, I'm wondering if, and take this if it resonates, release it if it doesn't, but I'm wondering if sometimes there's been a little bit of confusion about, is someone really my soulmate? Because a lot of times with this very passionate sort of chemistry-filled connection where you just click right off the bat and you're just like, you almost feel like you've known this person your whole life. But then over time, things start to sort of shift, right? We start to go into this back and forth, ebb and flow. It's like it can be very easy to mistake this for like a soulmate because of the chemistry that you guys will have together. So I'm wondering if there's something for you guys this month to do some reflection on around the idea of soulmates and what a soulmate really is, and how do I recognize if someone really is meant for me, or is it really just someone that I had, you know, chemistry with, right? Because just because you have chemistry with someone doesn't mean that you have like a deep soul connection with them yet, right? You've got to be willing to go deeper to really explore to see if that's the case. Either way, though, I do feel like this connection or this energy is here being presented to you to help you grow, right? Because soulmates are an energy of helping us with our growth, whether we end up with them forever or whether they're in our life for just a season, right? There is something that Spirit is wanting you to reflect on with regard to the situation, and really ask yourself, what lessons have you learned? What reflection can you do about this connection? What are the underlying lessons that you need to be learning from it? So let's close it out with some message cards to see if there's, you know, someone out there that has something to say to you. So we start off here with, we don't share the same values. Okay. We have, I can't reach out. So there's that unavailable coming up again. We also have, I'm waiting patiently. So yeah, I mean, if this reading resonated with you, I definitely feel like a lot of these message cards really align with kind of the energies that we've been looking at in the reading. I think this person, maybe with the Justice card, also, you know, kind of going back to that commitment stuff, that could be the value that's a little out of whack for some of you. Like there could be an incompatibility around commitment or just any sort of shared values, you know. Maybe you and this person have some differences and this person wants to tell you that. Also with unavailable, right? I can't reach out, self-explanatory. So it seems like there are other things that this person may be dealing with in their life right now. So they're not able to fully be present in your connection. And so with I'm waiting patiently, it's sort of like just saying, I'm just going to be patient and wait until the timing is right. Which makes sense with a lot of the more casual vibes that we're getting from them, because they're not really like, this person doesn't necessarily feel that invested to me, just based off of what I'm reading in the energy here. So I think it's like this energy of like, we can vibe, we can hang out, we can keep in touch. But I don't necessarily feel a sense of urgency to push this forward right now. So group 3, I am going to go ahead and close the reading out for now, but please drop me a comment down below. Let me know how this resonates with you and your situation. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you are aware whenever you are uploading, whenever I'm uploading new videos. And I will see you in a new reading really soon. Bye.